is that coaches are hired to be fired. Coach the FAWA, Dana FAWA na as at any point in time, you could be sacked. Now the man can say the stage was not supportive enough for CK to thrive. He may have his weaknesses and all that. First of all, only me buy adwin say obi a onim Mr. Keto Krekubiano. The preference for coach Bruni, any local coach. And before the appointment of CK, what Kurt was looking for was a foreign coach, but not a local coach. Unfortunately for Mr. Keto Kreku, na Abaina was also a local coach. And against his wish, it happened that CK Akomnor was going to be the coach of the Black Stars. Now, stage now maker said now was set for him to fail. No, started from day one because Opa Cheke in recent times there has not been a single Black Stars coach or you was substantive contract ya accommodating it. We are no free honoma. The previous executive committee headed by Mr. Nyanteche, of which Kurt was part. A cracker me and say, GFA president Be Yisubako, the Black Stars coach Be Yisubako. What did we see? Eventually, as it to hell with the head coach, the general secretary, she used it. Minkai, a woman say, Ubitsa Kwesia piano some coaches, or market to make him. But CK word for a whole year. Na yentria kada. But the ESCO member in the person of Nanu Drusa for Beka say, Emfa F no, Emfa ESCO no, see a bit to CK Kana yentria nekano, and you masama. Until the current sports minister, Honorable Yusuf Ebaya from January, or started Utriaka. Now somebody whom you have a contract with, or the power to also terminate his contract. Sanya was said there, see a bit to Yanika, na emfa ho. What happens to the welfare of that person? We are no free honoma. Minim say Yebeka interference to say the na Mickey Ken. Minim say Kets any GF in paying for be denied because it's very difficult for anybody to come bring evidence. But there are several and some will be to imagine so I can say indeed what we call interference existed, especially when the GFA president was on TV everywhere and told Ghanaians Black Stars head coach only to me a man quite da so no kwa or best selected players for the national team.
Now what do you say? I don't know. I say my coaching kwa the selected players.
First of all,
ubia musa question bia for player bia kwa selection.
No. Yebisa so no so yenipa. Ono so betumi so yemfa na say do bi kura nsem fata. Ashim. And to me jitum say there should be systems such as the bia.
If the president can say be busa onsem wo. Say u try the kuntia o for player A na B. Convince us. What is wrong with that?
It's different from you will not be allowed to select the players.
Alone. Alone.
Yes.
Yeah.
You will not be allowed to select the players alone.
Yes.
So what it means is that the selection will not be done by you alone. Because I'm finding the 20 players are assuming I'm unable to select, I'm unable to convince some.
I don't mean convincing people for the once a month. And select genuine people, genuine players.
And I'm making an assumption here.
Okay.
That's the worst case scenario.
Okay.
Because me na select players I'm do muba. The bottom line is that omunam GDA so omo yade enti se ubisa me ho nsema de meka akire wo no se wo kasa wonya convinced that I feel I've convinced you. But if you insist you are not convinced, what happens? Because being convinced it depends on the recipient of the message but not the person giving the message. Say Joe mabeka akire say my friend Joel Fameye because oboti me wa she we msi no mempene. Me feel say ono na be boy. It means that I've not been allowed to select. Who then go beyond that one? You see, Ofa Tanko Day under 23, Echo Japan, how the selections were Pakwesi Fabian. Ofa Tanko squad or the call Azerbaijan. We are journalists, the stories are there. It may can't see baby you. The person me train is there. Coaches will come, coaches can be fired. But if the stage is not properly set, and if the conditions on the ground are conducive, whatever coach comes in will fail. And China nanu ye say boy na umfane free Germany okoye interviews he think he has not done it. He was shocked he was invited and that he has not done enough to merit call up for Ghana. Eventually it turned out say the technical director of the GFA was the one who recommended him. Who didn't nyina to nchen we are. Baby, here corner make us say we are going to open a new chapter in our footballing career, and say, for my information, the Ministry of Sports is not involved in this sacking. Yes, AGF said here, say one and appointed coaches, one and terminated coaches. But in a country where the government pays the coaches, you don't expect say ubetumi asake coach without recourse to the paying authority. Let's assume say 10 months was the same omode nikani ade no, who pays? If GFA says say abani se chinchina of a local coach by yen GFA for yen nim football mu yen ye GDA say ene say ni say ya World Cup ni betima kontie ko fa broniaba sa abani se onye ska ye be pesika ne de atua the foreign coach here ko fa na baneka. Then we are entering into an area where the GFA is now taking responsibility of paying head coaches of the national team. Don't forget before the Jamefe Commission, you could pay my fee the better the bisa GFA for any adina say Black Stars no why there. Then Omuji Tumu say, oh, oh my Ghana there, say oh my Ghana there, so my Ghana and the bohu kanisani manina. Then to the extent that Jamefe Commission catch the whole Ghana say Ghana there I can't see Ghana Black Stars ebe kwa koba contract near the be it friendly contract copy should be deposited at the Ministry of Youth and Sports. Okay. And they say ajitum say bia GFA nyeske to Black Stars coaches in the car. We may even enter into a stage where any Black Stars kobo match say GFA timitra take it edema players no afedie ebe enter into a stage and when you say GFA tua Black Stars players bonus. So I was thinking that this sacking, it should have been a jojo between the FA and then the Ministry of Youth and Sports or representing government, because Black Stars are now a national team who can. It's not only about paying the salaries of the head coach. Players here invite to my benyi nada. Take it so if you get to the point say Sabin Prediasa to hell with the ministry, we want to go ahead and sack the head coach. If we have to pay the new coach, we will pay. Okay. Then you may be approaching where you have to foot the expenses of the senior national team, and you ask yourself, say, Sasi can be free? Minim say FIFA sika fan, they are naturally the old day baby. A be free clubs, you know. Contributions near the GFA Kofesmu and Omode Kwakwa. So I'm only thinking that the FA would have to tread cautiously in going forward. We and free on 3 days